While I am a fan of series that don't end right away and allow you to see kind of the aftermath and things that happen after the main two kind of get together, I usually prefer it in like a small size, a couple minutes, half an episode, something like that. A full episode, I don't really know where we're gonna go. I'm not angry though. I think last week ended so perfectly and so just like a perfect wrap up of everything that was happening. It doesn't matter because we got the other 12 episodes. So I am curious what we're gonna do here. Is it just gonna be direct aftermath of what happened? Is it gonna be time skip? Is it gonna be maybe a mixture of both? I don't know. Excited to see. If you enjoy it all, please hit the like and subscribe. Do mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion at the end. Also, let me know if there's any shows coming out in the spring you would like to replace this slot and replace this show with. But yeah, let's just get into the final episode.
もう一緒に帰れないくらいでいじけたりしねえよ。
Mhm.
どうも縛り付けるような男にはなりたくねえからな。やつが落ち着きすぎて、ムカつく。わかるわ。私ばっかテンパってて、それがなんか負けてる気がするっつうか。じゃあ。
There you go. Yeah, there is a big step that we still haven't taken. That's right. Yeah, it puts it in his head. He's probably gonna be like, I didn't know you like these type of movies. She probably doesn't. Let's go, Christmas episode. That's what we're here for. Looking good. You too. You look like your mom. Yeah. Yeah, we have to be into this stuff though. She's got a panic for sure. She came in trained. Oh, seems awfully relatable. Look at Mizuzu. She's always got the plays. Even after they're together, she already knows the plays. Yeah, put this into his head. Yeah, this is what he wants. Yeah, she was not prepped for this. Absolutely not. Yeah. He's a film critic. He takes the shit serious. Oh, porn? Yeah. But now. That is interesting because I feel like a lot of times stuff like that is actually for people who can't relate to it, so that they use it as a form of media to relate to it. So it is interesting that he felt like he couldn't before, so he wasn't interested, but now he can, so he is interested. I don't know. Maybe my understanding's always been kind of off on that. Nice. Is it like a necklace? Or earrings? Okay. He's soaking it in. It's a sweater. Ah, alright. I will wear it always. I will never take this off. Yeah. It's interesting, actually. There you go. You gotta try new things. Oh yeah, of course. Different than the last time though. Aw. He was so excited though. Of course. Oh, fucking visual, so stupid. This is your approach. Yep. I like that. You don't want to. Alright. That's like that's you can't say that because now he's forced into it. No. He's gonna hit you. He's absolutely not okay. Neither are you. So much that he has to hit himself to calm down. Okay. Has to be the perfect moment. Yeah. I thought they were. I'm misremembering. Yeah. She seems shocked. Yeah, I thought they were. That's like a thing in marriage, not for this. Because he doesn't want to lose his daughter. Yeah. Yeah. Say something. Happy New Year. Nice. She's sulking. Yeah. I don't really want to fight, yeah. He could have. Thank you. I was about to say, I don't have a clue what he's gonna get here. I love them as a duo so much. It's not your way to just sit back and let things occur. Okay. It's not gonna go well, but he's determined, so... Can't just sneak up on him like that. This is the most, like, over-the-top man thing ever. Like, it's so dumb. Yeah, he's got it. You don't gotta choke me out.
切れたみたいだね。よかった。そうね。きっと何か思いついたのよ。
I don't think it's going well. Oh my god, it is not.
今の貴様ではわしには勝てん。
まだっす。
Why are you here? Yeah.
なんでここに？
ジュンは私と付き合いたいんだろ。
I should be here, yeah.
私もジュンと付き合いたい。で、それを邪魔してんのは親父一人だけだ。
I'll take him on 2-on-1.
たら私が倒してもいいってことだよな。
Work together.
なぜそうなる？これだ。大振りの右。この頻度だとわざとなんだろう。隙があるならつけばいい。簡単な話だ。話だけならな。ボモなら簡
What a
単に乗り越
goof.
えられる。これはそういう試練なんだろう。世の中
To prove that you can do something
誰
that.
かが理不尽に傷つけられてる。
Yeah.
もしもそれが手の届くとこで起こったら、友は動く。誰よりも早く。二の足を踏んでたら。
Okay, I guess I get
あい
that.
つを一人にしちまう。俺は友とは違う。赤の他人のために体を張ったりはできねえ。俺が体張れんのはせいぜい。
For her.
好きな女のためくらいだ。
I really thought he was about to knock June out. Eyes. Get back up. Thank you. Put a stop to this.
確かに。
It was so pointless.
だけだが、わしは地に手をついた。貴様の勝ちだ、純一郎。
ってことはさ、もういいんだよな。その私と付き合う。
待ってくれ。
Let him ask, yeah.
好きだ友。
Yeah.
俺と付き合ってくれ。
はあ、私が今言おうとしてたのに、なんで遮った？なんでお前が言った？
こういうのは男から言うもんだろ。
決まってねえだろ、そんなこと。
That's the most them thing. Yeah. You gotta steal it back. I love that.
お前今何を？
かっこよかった。
And things don't change. You still act the same.
すげえかっこよかった。
Mm.
見ててすげえドキドキした。けど覚悟しとけよ。これからは私の方がもっともっとお前をドキドキさせてやるからな。
勝負だな。
え？
Just how they started. Mm-hmm. Right back at the location we started at. Nice. And like that is a wrap on the entire series. After I talk about the episode, I'll talk about overall thoughts and stuff relating to the series. So there'll be like a timestamp in the description about where that is for my overall thoughts and opinions on the series. Right now, focusing on this episode, I don't know how to feel. I felt like even while I was watching it, something felt off to me. Maybe it was just me. It didn't feel, everything that happened after the movie didn't feel necessary to me in the slightest. And I can't say I like that at all. And it kind of bothered me. I don't want to be overall negative like about stuff like this, but I still do feel like it's important to at least state just kind of how I feel. And I felt her dad posing like the condition to June about them dating doesn't make any sense to me, and it was unnecessary. And I guess it can work, and you can make it work depending on how it's done. And I don't necessarily have an issue with situations like that, as you see all the time. Usually it pertains to marriage and things like that, where you have to like specifically do something or accomplish, like something has to happen before you can get to it. So for this, I don't understand. And usually I can understand something as simple as it's his daughter, it's his girl, it's his only kid, it's his, I don't want to like lose her, like to this type of thing, right? Like, so he's like doing everything in his power to kind of hold on to her. And maybe that's essentially what he's trying to do here. But just the whole idea of like, oh, we can't do this, or you can't go out unless he beats me in a fight. Like, I don't know. That just, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I guess the way they tried to bring it full circle was just the idea that she's somebody who will spring into action right away, and she's somebody who can overcome any sort of obstacle and challenge that comes in her way. And if he's not that person who can stand up for her, if something like that ends up like if something happens to her, or if he's not that person who can do that specifically for her, it's not like he's not right for her. He can't be with her. I guess they try playing it off that way, but it doesn't, I don't think that makes much sense to me, considering the entirety of the series was him coming to terms with the fact that he has overpassed her, and coming to terms with who she is and what his role in all this should be and how he should feel. And then the moment we feel like we finally get over it, you put another stipulation that he has to get past again. It makes me feel weird. And the fact that they so easily both, like her and him both accepted it, him and the fact that he knew, he's like, I have to do this before any of this, occurs between us. And her, it was more of like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and sulk in my room over like being upset about this happening, instead of just being like, screw him, I don't care like about that. I don't know. The approach of it's just weird, and I don't like it at all. I like the early half a lot. Mizusu and Carol coming up, the plan of them getting her to go out on a date with him, and then having to go to a movie and trying to initiate like this first like big real step between them that occurs after everything that occurred last episode. And I think that was really fun, and that was cool, and it's something good and cool to see. I just, everything after that point was so unnecessary to me. I don't know. I didn't care for that, which is rather unfortunate, because it's a bit of a weird taste, I guess, left in my mouth after in a series that I felt was so spectacular for the first, well, the entirety of it outside of, this. So a bit unnecessary. I wish they kind of went a different route if they wanted to do the kiss thing and go a different route. I don't know, fit it in somehow behind the date thing, and then fit that in some other way, and then we could have ended it there. Or maybe if they had to cut something here or there, like one skit like here or there, so that they could have fit it into last episode and not had to make 13 for that reason, I feel like that also could have been it. And also I feel like last episode would have been such a perfect stopping point essentially for us. And if you did want to have any extra stuff like this, like, I don't know, you could have tried to find a way to fit it in, but a lot of it didn't feel too necessary to me. So I don't know, interesting. I don't have too much more to say about this episode in particular. Most of the other characters outside of our main two take a back step in this one, which focus specifically on the mains. Makes sense. And I mean, that's kind of what you were expecting in this sort of situation. The only way that I think it could have gone any different is if you did like a future focus thing and you fast forward multiple years, then you could have kind of showcased where everybody's at now, but they didn't do that. So it makes sense that we're specifically trying to focus on these two so everybody else becomes sides again. I understand that completely. So there was no issue with that. It's just the idea that they had to pose this challenge and this other threat to them after they kind of resolved everything just doesn't sit too right with me and just feels unnecessary. Now, overall thoughts, opinions, everything about the series in total, absolutely thrilled by it. A genre that I particularly feel like is my favorite, or one of my favorites. I am very heavy into the rom-com drama type of areas, right? So anything with that sort of element in it is always going to appeal to me. And specifically this season, now having finished a fair bit of the shows that I've planned to watch this season, I still have a few to go, but most of the ones that fall within this sort of genre, this is easily the best one that came out this season, which I guess you could say is high praise. However, there weren't that many very good ones, in my opinion, that did come out this season. So you got to kind of take it how you want in that situation. Now, I do think it was very good. I think the idea of building a story behind somebody who isn't as, I guess typical is the right word. I don't know what I'm looking for here, but considering she is a tomboy and she's not as girly as, most of these things in romances tend to be, and her kind of struggling with who she is because of people around her, or the things that might have been, the pressure that might have been put on her, say with Mizusu, and the situation that she might have put her in by claiming that she's not like this, and her having a first love that doesn't go well, her first confession doesn't go well due to the fact that she may not be girly enough, she may not be able to be seen like that by other people, or at least being under that impression, right? And having to face the challenges that kind of come with either changing who you are or being who you actually are and who you want to be, but getting this other person to realize who you actually are and having them like you for you and not being somebody that's fake, while trying to build yourself with a good support system and people around you who also are complex in a way and have their own issues where they are trying to help you or they are trying to do things, but they can also be selfish and want to, kind of keep you to themselves and not want to let you go, and then also feel bad, like in Mizutsu's situation about trying to get Tomo to change, or people like Misaki trying to not change who Carol is, but trying to see other sides of somebody and not feeling secure in who they are, what their relationship could be with somebody, and having these issues and being able to openly express it. And if you're not openly expressing it, having somebody around you in the support system that can help you and can understand that and try and help you like get to the bottom of whatever your issue is, and whether it's something you have to kind of figure out on yourself or it's somebody else. It's a show that I think did a brilliant job in that aspect of mixing also comedy mixed in with everything, and made for a great job. I think everybody kind of brought their character to life, allowed all of them to have their own distinct feeling to them and not just blend in as another character. So shout outs to all the voice actors and actresses for that specifically. I guess the guys kind of didn't come off too different to me, but the girls felt unique in their own way and they felt like they had something going for them. So shout out to everybody who was in charge of that. Specifically, shout out to Sally Amaki for her performance with Carol here. And I've seen some of the stuff with like the English dub. Brilliant job from her. And I think she does excellent job bringing Carol to life and really making just some really hilarious and fun scenes. And I think Ri Takahashi, as always, does a amazing job with Tomo here. And despite Tomo having some similarities, I guess, in the way that the voice comes off and is portrayed as Anzu did in Romantic Killer last season, they still have distinctions to them that make them different. And I think I was very blown away by how well she played Anzu. I think she probably did a better job here with Tomo, which is really, really cool to see somebody's growth like that while they're doing two characters that are fairly similar, I guess, in the way that they act and how they can be, and using essentially the same voice for each of them, but being able to turn it up another level so close together. I think it's an excellent job and just shows her growth of how well she's doing. But overall, great, excellent experience. So just everything, I loved everything about it basically, except for how things ended, unfortunately, but everything else, it was just really fun and enjoyable and something I guess I couldn't recommend enough for other people to enjoy. If I had to give it a score, I'd probably give it a low 8, somewhere in the lower half of the 8s. I don't know exactly. It might grow on me. I might think of it less, say, come by end of the year. But for now, I'm kind of feeling roughly around that. I unfortunately can't help but compare in some sort of ways to Romantic Killer. Maybe it's because they came out so close together. Maybe it's because both of the characters have red hair and are kind of tomboyish and are kind of, always playing games or like being stuff like that. And while Anzu and Tomo were very different, I can't help but compare them. And that's another show that I gave very similar rating to when I watched it. I feel like they both kind of are very close. And I can't tell you for sure if I'd prefer this one over the other. And I guess I don't have to pick which one I would prefer over the other. But I would say that they're both very close, despite the stories and them being very different. They are very close, and I guess how I felt about the overall experience of them. Also, just props to the team who worked on this, being able to do a full adaptation of something in 13 episodes and not making it feel like we were skipping over things or I was really missing things. And from what some of you have said throughout the entire season in the comments, it doesn't seem like they skipped that much stuff, and if they did, it really wasn't that important. So the fact that they were able to fit all of this in and do it so excellently is something I don't think should go unnoticed. So I would like to say that. But overall, great journey. Enjoyed it a lot. If you liked it all, please hit the like and subscribe. Does mean a lot to me. Follow me on Twitter, my anime list, both links are in the description. Leave any comments. What were your thoughts about the series overall? If you had to give it a rating, what would you rate it? With the spring season coming up now, is there anything that you want to see specifically replace this slot and replace this show? And what else would you like to see me watch? If there is nothing in that season, is there something that you would like to see me watch maybe from something else? And I can try and either fit it in this, probably not the spring, but I could probably fit it in sometime over the summer maybe. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel, and I'll see you next week hopefully for whatever I decide to kind of replace this with, whether it's another romance or just something else entirely. I have no idea. But yeah, I'll be back for whatever that is. So yeah, have a good one. See ya.